Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is David Novak. I came back from the Chicago Symphony Orchestra today. This is their new holiday cover. It has been like this previously. I think the festive snowflake is understated perhaps. He looks like a wizard who is somehow making the magical snowflake appear. So it was a very, very good concert featuring a number of pieces, including Till Eulenspiegel's Merry Pranks by Richard Strauss. Had Strauss's first opera, Guntram, succeeded as he hoped, he surely would have gone ahead with his plan to make Till Eulenspiegel's Merry Pranks his second. But Guntram was a major disappointment, and Strauss reconsidered. We'll never know what sort of opera Till Eulenspiegel might have been. The unfinished libretto isn't promising, but as a tone poem, it's close to perfection. Very well said, but that is not the main feature of this video. So, it was a concert of Brahms, Aucoin, and Strauss. So you can see the program here. And the highlight of the program was the Aucoin, Song of the Reappeared. In three parts, El Mar, the sea, Una ruta en las soledades, a path in the solitudes, and Recompientes, breakers. So CSO Commission, world premiere, commissioned by the Chicago Symphony Orchestra through the generous support of Sarah Billinghurst Solomon and Steve Novick. Sung by Julia Bullock and conducted by Peter Popelka. The composer was also there, and his name is Aucoin, I believe. Not a composer that I knew of before. Let's see what it says about him. A young man, born in 1990, so I was already almost in my 30s. And did not know what to expect. It was a marvelous program. The Song of the Reappeared is based on poems by Raúl Zurita. And I'm going to read some of that to you. That's the focus of this. So, before even the Brahms played, so before the first half, it was Brahms and then an intermission. I was out in the lobby, and there was a woman conversing with one of the ushers, something about, I don't know, the placement of one of those walker things or those stability devices for persons. You can't bring them into the auditorium. They have to stay outside. And so there was a bit of conversation going on. And she mentioned to him something about the Aucoin piece, and that was how I knew how to pronounce the name. I would not have known. And she said, that piece deals with something that happened in my country. And the usher did not seem especially interested, but so she went to go into the auditorium. Now, that was not my aisle. I was going into a different aisle momentarily, but I just went in behind her and I said to her, I just want you to know, well, I didn't say that actually. I said, I'm going to Google that. And her eyes lit up and she said, oh. She said, you will probably be able to read about it in the program, she said, but it talks about something that happened in my country, Chile, under Pinochet. Now, Pinochet was a dictator of some repute. And then she shook her head a little sadly and said it was a shameful time. She said all countries have their shameful times. Just like this one right now, she said. And I nodded in assent or muttered something in assent and let her pass into the auditorium. And then I eventually made my way to my own aisle and first heard the Brahms, and then after intermission, of course, got to hear the Au Coin piece. And it was a rousing performance, very enjoyable. I'm generally not hugely smitten with contemporary composers, but that's how it goes. One nevertheless must support them. But this piece I enjoyed, and it was sung in Spanish, but I will spare you my poor attempts of Spanish, and I will read to you from the second part. So the first part is the sea, el mar, and the second part is a path in the solitudes, una ruta en las soledades. And I particularly enjoyed this part. Now, I don't know how the lines are chopped up and reorganized from the original poems by Raúl Zurita, but I thought I would share it with you, this middle section, A Path in the Solitudes. In the same way that the stones speak, that the earth speaks, I speak to you. And the blindness of my fingers speaks to you as they feel their way over your skull, your nose, your eye sockets. And the infinite sky has collapsed. And then, as the stones speak, as the earth speaks, I speak to you, corpse of me, love of me, bones of me, small round pupil of all the love that rises and is the song of your eyes looking at me. And my mouth will say to you, they killed you and now you are alive. And like the sky, like the snow, like a country of icebergs being born, your mouth will say to me, you were dead and today you are alive. And I see you. And looking at me, blind and looking at me, and blind like the whole sky looking at me. You see me rising up, and you see me rising, and your eyes see my eyes full of earth rising. And I will love you again. And from the dead pupils of our eyes, the skies will open, and you will look at me, and you will look at me again. And the flesh we were will cover us again like the mountains with living lava, and I will love you again. And a path will be traced through the solitudes. We are living in, indeed, shameful times in my country, the United States of America. In addition to these dozens of murders of presumably innocents in the Caribbean. We do not know how many others are being murdered here and there. ICE, persons wrongfully taken through ICE raids for ICE detention have been murdered. We don't know the numbers. People are being disappeared. And that's not all of it, to be sure. So one hopes that we pass through these shameful times and come out the other end of it a better people. Anyhow, I thought that I would share that with you. Somewhere in my most recent book, Against Fascism, I have a poem which deals with our brand new conductor here in Chicago. Now, he has not fully taken the reins as yet. I think we will be seeing him next week. Klaus Makela. He is the Zell Music Director Designate, and you could also, I believe, hear him conduct, well, I mean, see him conduct, I guess, in Amsterdam if you happen to go that way. So I will leave off there. Thank you very much for stopping by my channel.